Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
Even if you don't have children, with the new carbon tax regulations, the federal government says they want to start out with 5 million regulators who are broken down into regions, and they will visit your home on a monthly basis. They will inspect what you're doing. They will check your trash. This is all started in England.
On the road, my friend.
Just absolute total control.
Free and clean.
Meanwhile, government permission required for parents to kiss children. And then again, the government's 5 times more likely than any other group to abuse children, but they will oversee all of this. Government permission required for parents to kiss children. Sweeping new policies set to be introduced in the UK will mandate parents to get government permission to kiss their children or take them to a swimming pool in public, measures that are poisoning relationships between the generations, according to respected sociologist Professor Frank Fruity. We're going to get him on. And we have links to the London Telegraph, all these mainstream articles, the government announcement. This is starting now. In fact, it's already started in England, and they plan it in the U.S. A quarter of the entire adult population of the United Kingdom will be mandated to pass a state check. You see, you go into the secret police now. They have all these reasons, all these tattletale reasons, all these signs to tattle, signs up all over England saying spy on your neighbor, Big Brother. They even have signs saying Big Brother's watching you and saying Big Brother's good. They're actually following the book. A quarter, you think I'm joking? Go pull it up. A quarter of the entire adult population in the United Kingdom will be mandated to pass a state check operated by a newly formed government agency. See, they're going to come out and license you to be able to keep your children. Everyone gets the CPS visits. To have any physical contact with children under the age of 16 in public, including their own children. And there'll be, in fact, they already have local groups that come in and ask to see your license. I need to see your license that these are your children. And then even if you have a license, there's a special license where you go to re-education to be able to touch them. That means dress them. If not, the pool will have to have a facility where the government dresses your child. You think I'm joking? Just wait, slaves. You're going to all get to enjoy it. Total enslavement. But if you're an illegal alien, you can drunk drive, have no driver's license, nothing. You will be left alone, but the scum Americans, the scum British, the scum Germans, the slaves of the New World Order, the little passive compliant slaves will now be fully controlled. We have all government textbooks saying they want to break up the family. They're going to end the family, saying they would do this decades ago. I'm going to get John Taylor Gatto and Charlotte Iserby, former head of policy, Department of Education, on to go over all those hundreds of quotes and textbooks again. They are enemies of the family, sworn to destroy it, and now it's here. 10-year-olds, 12-year-olds send somebody a video of a beheading saying, wow, look at this, and they say, you're Al-Qaeda, and arrest them. Operated by a newly formed government agency to have any physical contact with their own children. From next year, the new Independent Safeguard Authority will require an adult who comes in contact with children or vulnerable adults too, either through the work of involuntary groups or to be vetted, according to a London Telegraph report. In a think tank report, Professor Ferruti highlighted cases where government checks were already being required by schools and other organizations for parents to merely interact with their own children in public. This is the state saying, we are the parents. In fact, the state of California ruled earlier this year and said, you are not the parents, the state owns your children. Said it right in the ruling and said homeschooling is illegal. Go read it. In another case, a mother was surprised to be told by another parent that she and her husband were CRB checked when their children played together. You see, oh, I want you to have a government license to be able to play with my children, and we have them just to have our children. So you let the cowardly, weak, they always have this weird smiley look on their face, and they're real into being ninnies of the government. They love it. There's millions of them everywhere. They just love being slaves. They love having licenses for everything. In a third example, a father was given filthy looks by a group of mothers when he took his child swimming on his own in a scene from a Western when the room goes silent and tumbleweed blows across the foreground. As a result, ordinary parents, many of whom are volunteers at sports and social clubs, now find themselves regarded as potential child molesters. And that's another reason people only watch TV and don't leave the house. Because, and by the way, Paul goes through the fact that child molestation's way down and predatory stuff's way down in the last 20 years, except for government. And from Florida to Texas to Michigan to California, those are some of the worst states. You'll have thousands of missing children and they find them dead that the state had. Or you'll have public rape rooms where they have just hundreds of cars in the parking lot here in Texas at all the major youth facilities. Just Google it. It's mainstream news. And mainly police and judges come in and rape them and pay money to the guards. I mean, that's the Texas Youth Commission. Oh, you don't believe me? Go look it up. Hell has been released. Guilds of child rapists are now in control, and they're saying you don't hug your child. And they're going to come with the SWAT teams, and they're going to take your children, and they're going to rape them. And if they want to slit their throat, they're going to do that too.